Okay, I've tried several times and I can't even do the intro for this one because every time I tried to record it, every time I press record, I kept having to stop to take a deep breath. Like something about this energy, I'm getting like out of breath, right? And specifically for what I'm about to talk about. This energy here, it's like I keep having to do this. How do I explain? This energy is a mixture of being super sweet and also annoying as I don't know what. Like this energy, it's like I'm confused, but at the same time I get it. It's like it's such a paradox, right? Like I don't understand, but I do. Like so this person, and like I said, on your spiritual journey, everyone is going to be not only at different stages, but everyone is going to have separate storylines, right? There are going to be some that the person from your past you really need to walk away from, right? There are going to be others where the person from your past, let me say this. There are going to be some where the person from your past you need to walk away from. Like that person is not suiting you. They're not even trying to heal. They don't see anything wrong. You know what I mean? Like it starts with self, right? How can you heal if you don't even recognize that you're doing something wrong? So if that is your person, if your person is still at the stage where this is not even your person, if the person on your mind is still at the stage where they're making excuses for your behavior, you need to walk away. If your person, and for some of you guys, your person is going to come back. Like for some of you guys, your new love is actually going to be an old person in this new energy, right? Because that person has started their healing. This may even be someone that you have not been involved with, you've been in no contact with, but this person has been going through their healing just as you've been going through yours. So when they're coming, I'm getting like a brand new flavor in your ear, right? When they come, they're coming with this brand new energy. This is not that. This is kind of like an in-between, right? This is a person who knows that what they do is wrong, but it's almost like I don't want to make excuses for this person. I don't want to make excuses for them, especially because when you're adults, when you know better, you do better. If you know what you're doing is wrong, regardless of why you're doing it, you need to stop, point blank and period. But this person is kind of, how do I explain? There's almost like a childlike, like an Arrested Development kind of feel here, right? Like this is very childlike, almost like this person had a very traumatic childhood. I'll say that. There's something about this person as a child being told to be quiet, being told to, especially if this is a male. This is someone who was told like, men don't cry, men don't show their emotions, men don't do this, men don't. This is someone who was made fun of and called sensitive, and they were probably called a girl, or jokes were made about them being too feminine because they showed their emotions. So this is someone who learned over years to like pack all of that away, to take anything that they consider emotional or feminine and to like bury it deep. So this is someone that if you did decide that you were going to stick it out and make things work, this is going to be something that is going to be like years in the making. This is not over. This person is a project, right? This is really someone who was probably sent in your life for you to heal. Like this was definitely an assignment that you fell in love with. But the difference here is this is an assignment that actually has potential. And I'm not really big on telling people to date for potential. Like, it doesn't matter what potential someone has if they're not living up to it. You have to accept people as they are, and you have to know that no matter how much potential a person has, they may never be more than what they are right now. So you have to know, like, if you take this person, are you willing to accept them as they are right now? If they were to never change, are you willing to accept that? Or are you taking them with the hopes that one day they will change? Because that right there is a losing battle. Because if that person is going to change, they have to do that on their own. They have to have a willingness to change. And once again, that's not going to work if they don't recognize there's a problem. Now, with this person recognizes there's a problem, but it's like this person was taught that this is how men, because this is a man, this is a male energy. This person was taught that this is how men deal with such things. They bury them and that's it. And then we just focus on doing the things that men are supposed to do, right? So this is a person who knows they need to change, but honestly, they have no idea where to get started. So that's where this would be a lot of work on your end, Divine Feminine, if you were to take this person back. I keep getting that song by Zayn, Pillow Talk, right? Especially the part where he goes, I want to hold you close tonight and always. I love to wake up next to you. I keep hearing that over and over again. And I keep getting like literally the energy that was hitting me at like 3:00 this morning, because and y'all know, like when y'all get hit with a certain energy between like midnight and 6, you need to get up. Like really, when you get hit with a certain energy, you're supposed to get up at that time and relay the message then, or at least record the message then. That's when the message comes through the most authentic. When spirit is directly giving you the download, if you were to get up and do it then, that's when it's the most authentic. But like, I'm not always at a point where between midnight and 6 I can stop. So what I have to do is like I just have to jot down little notes when I'm getting downloads, versus my dreams are a little bit easier because I can see everything played out. The downloads are a little bit different, especially when I work nights and I have other things going on and I'm getting little downloads here, but I got things over here that I need to do. It's kind of like it gets mixed up. So I have to sit down and like jot notes. So I'll have like little notes here and there that I have to put together into some kind of like logical message, right? But for some reason, and this is a very, very sexual energy. I think that's why I keep having to stop to take deep breaths. This is a very sexual energy because literally the image that I was seeing was like literally a divine feminine and this masculine being intimate, and this person telling you all the things they've ever wanted to tell you while you guys are being intimate. Like the only way this person can feel comfortable telling you how they really feel, like telling you all the things that they've always wanted to tell you, telling you all the things that's like been sitting on their heart. And for someone I'm getting, this is a long time. This is not like someone that you just met. This is definitely like an on and off situation where you guys have tried and things haven't worked because this person has so much on their heart that they want to tell you, but they've always just felt like if they do, like men don't do that. You know what I mean? Like that's a woman's thing. But this person really does have a lot that they want to tell you. And there's something about they only feel safe enough to do so when they get you in your most vulnerable state. So it's like a combination of being annoying and immature, but like really sweet and sensual at the same time. Like, I don't know, y'all help me understand. Maybe some of y'all out there like that. I don't know. Maybe y'all love when you and your person, are being intimate, and that's when they're telling you how much they care, how much they've, maybe some of y'all like that. I mean, yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It only gives like this annoying kind of feeling because that's like the only time they can tell you. And it's like, man, like we can't just at any point sit down and have a conversation. Like this person, they do not feel comfortable. It's literally like they've grown up like this and they've had this habit for so many years that there's a level of them just being uncomfortable telling you how they feel. And the only way they can do that is to have you at your most vulnerable state where you're also distracted. So it's like one of those things where it's like they know you're listening because they know, but at the same time, they know that at that exact moment you're preoccupied. So you hear them, but you're not really, it's not like you can't speak back. It won't turn into an actual dialogue at that moment. So it's like the only time where they can get everything out without worrying about it turning into a dialogue. And there's even this feeling of after the deed is over, them like, just hoping that you don't bring it up again, right? So this is definitely someone, if your person is like a pillow talker, and not just like a pillow talk like after you guys are intimate, I mean like if they can only reveal to you certain things while y'all are intimate, this is going to be someone who, if you choose to take this assignment, if you choose to take this person, you're going to have to learn to just accept that they can only tell you those things in that moment, and you're going to have to learn to not to bring it up later because it's going to embarrass this person and it might actually cause them to backtrack. You're going to have to let them kind of slow, like this is going to be like a slow, I don't know why I'm hearing slow roast, but this is going to be like a slow kind of energy. This is going to be, if you choose to stick it out with this person, their healing process is going to be a very slow one. This is not going to be overnight. This is going to be a very slow healing process. So it's going to take time. And this person will eventually get to the point where they can have these conversations without you guys being intimate, but you're going to have to go through that phase until they can get comfortable doing it. And there's something about you needing to respect that, right? And you needing to not bring up any topic that's brought up during sex cannot be brought up afterwards until this person gets to a point where they feel comfortable enough with you to talk about it in other settings, right? But until then, you cannot bring up these topics because it's going to embarrass this person and it's going to take them back, right? Trying to force this person out of their comfort zone is going to, instead of taking steps forward, you're going to end up taking 10 steps back. So if you choose to stick it out with this person, you're going to have to meet them where they're at and you're going to have to go at their pace, right? So that's for someone if you really want your person. Like that's not advice that I would give to anyone to stick it out and wait. But this is for someone if you really want your person and if you see the effort, and this is not for someone who just really, because there are a lot of people who really want, trust me, we all really want that person on our mind. But if your person is not making any sort of effort, this is not for you. This is for someone where you see the effort, you see the change, and you want to stick it out with this person. Now, once again, I don't recommend it. This is not advice that I would give to anyone that I love, because I'm like, there's always like, you're not that you're going to set yourself that. Let me just kind of take my personal feelings out of it. Not that you're going to set yourself back, but in spirituality, like it's better to, like, spirit wants you to be with someone on your level, right? So if you're someone that's going through your healing process, right? If you watch my timeline video, did I name it timelines? Whatever I named it. If you watch my timeline videos, if you are a divine being that is in stage 4, like let's say you're in the hermit stage of your healing process, and now you're trying to get back out there. Now that you've gone through your introspection and your hermit phase and your isolation period, and now you're ready to get back out there. You're ready to form unions and stuff, and now you're ready. It's better for you to meet someone who is at that same level on their journey, right? If you're at stage 4 and you're dating someone at stage 1, you're not necessarily that you're going to bring drama into your life, but it's just that it's going to put you on hold, right? It's going to put you at a standstill. Like you guys can still have these blessings that spirit has for you. You all can still have these things, but recognize that if you set yourself back, now you are on this person's timeline, right? You are now on this person's timeline. And I just don't understand why you would want to do that if you've already done so much work, right? If you've already done so much work, but to each his own, right? Because I know for me specifically, I'm at the hermit isolation mode. And I've been told when I first started my channel, I was told then that it was time for me. Actually, before I even started my channel, I was told that it was time for me to, like, I'm hearing like pop out and show niggas. But I was heard that it was time for me to step out. But I wanted to, the hermit phase was so relaxing for me, right? Like, spirit, you're giving me the permission to cut everybody off. Like, not that I wouldn't do that anyways, but like, it was so relaxing for me. I coasted. I've been coasting in this hermit mode. And even when spirit told me, no, it's time for you to get out there, I started my channel. I was obedient. I started my channel. But even with me not being on here live, with me not being on here in person, with me just creating pictures and creating a logo or whatever you want to call it, and using that's still allowing me to kind of like dip my toe in the water, right? To kind of like test the waters. It's allowing me to get out there and do what spirit is telling me to do while still remaining in my hermit mode. So I'm getting like not necessarily the best of both worlds, because I know that spirit is like, we have so much in store for you, but we need you to do this first. So I know I'm prolonging, but right now with spirit having so many different assignments for me, I know I can't. Let me not say can't. With spirit having so many assignments for me, it's going to take a lot to try to do all of this and be out and try to do this public platform and do everything simultaneously. Like I need to do things. It's almost like me wanting to remain in my comfort zone. And that's a personal issue that I have to deal with myself, right? So just know that any reader that you come across, energy reader, tarot reader, oracle reader, whatever, that you come across, regardless of the message that they're putting out, they still have their own path and their own internal struggles that they go through. So please recognize that as you guys are listening to these people about the advice that they're giving you, right? But with that being said, with me having my own personal journey and things that I know I'm still working on, it's why I don't judge. You know what I mean? And not that like I don't judge anyways. I've never been a judgmental person, because we all have things that we go through in life, and we all have our own way of handling them. And to each his own. Because at the end of the day, we're the one that have to live with the consequences. We are the ones that have to live with the consequences. So why would I get mad or upset that somebody else chose to do something a different way? They have to live with the consequences of their choice. I don't, right? So that's why, like, I don't want to be judgmental in saying this, even though this is not a path that I would personally choose. Whoever does choose this path, it's still a very beautiful one. And you and this person will have a beautiful, happy ever after. I want to be realistic with you and just explain to you that, like, you need to know that if you choose this path, your happy ever after is going to be in the far future. It won't be in the. So if you're the type who you're listening to these readings that are like, oh, you have this coming in and that coming in and big money and new career and fame and whatever you want to listen to coming in, very soon, that's not going to be for you. That message is not going to be for you if you choose to put yourself on this person's timeline. Now, that message will pertain to you, but you might have to wait a few years before that energy is going to be on your timeline. But nonetheless, if you really love this person, and if you really want this person, and if you want that timeline with this person, it is possible. It's just going to take you longer to get there. And I'm going to say this one more time before I close this out. This is only for someone who your person has not technically started the healing journey yet, or they have, but they're taking baby steps. But this is for a person who realizes that there is something wrong and there is something that they need to change. This is not for you if your person is still in the same games and mindset of someone who's thinking that everything that they do is right, or someone who's still shift blaming and blaming all of their problems or all of their issues on someone else. If that's the energy that the person on your mind is in, this message is not for you. But if your person knows that they need to heal, but just doesn't know how to go about doing it, then this message is for you. So once again, y'all, If you've never heard the song Pillow Talk by Zayn, go listen to that song, because literally that's the music I was hearing in my head as I'm getting these visions of like this very, very, very intimate scene between this man and this divine feminine, while he's just whispering how much he loves her and all the things he's always wanted to tell her in her ear. Like when the vision first started, all I kept hearing was, "Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me yet." Y'all, like I said, very sweet energy, but definitely giving a hint of immaturity and a hint of, if you take this route, you have a long way to go. Either way, do what's best for you, divine feminine, and do what's in your heart. As always, if you made it this far, thank you for listening. Bye.